What's up? What's going on? Hide and Read here with another book tag. This one is the Bad Mood book tag. Seemed kind of appropriate for me to do. So I saw Mike from Bibliophile Bookscapes doing this one, and the originator of the tag is Robert G., reader of books. I'll link both videos in the description. Suggest you check them out. Got my notes here. The original questions were longer, they're pithy and humorous, and I have to write them down, so they're a little bit shorter than the original questions. Flip the camera around and yeah, we'll go for a walk and talk about books. All right. Question number 1. If invited to a social function, how do you respond? Oh, it's pretty rare, but I'm not like antisocial. I just prefer my own company. Anytime somebody invites me to a social kind of function, I will show up, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stay there for the entirety of it, especially if there's a lot of people there. I just have like an internal timer, and when that goes off, I'm out of there. I'm not saying goodbye to everybody, and when I get there, I'm not saying hello to everyone. Just take it as it comes. Use the Irish goodbye, which is surprisingly shocking to people. I never realized that was such a crazy thing to do, just to leave without saying goodbye to everyone, you know. I'll say goodbye to the person hosting. I'll say goodbye to the people I'm talking to at the moment. But yeah, no, I just in and out. I'm not too worried about that. And like I said, I'm not antisocial, just I have a preference for my own company, especially the older I get. Number 2. Have you ever tossed a book to the ground in disgust, thrown it out the window, or shouted insults at a book? No, never. I'm like kind of puritanical with the books. I don't like when people write in the margins. I really don't like when people dog-ear the pages, especially if it's a library book. That drives me crazy. Dog-eared pages on a library book. I do not condone such behavior. That drives me nuts. But yeah, no, I've been frustrated with books, but I'll just put it down. Like I don't have to be reading it. It's an inanimate object. It's not forcing itself on me, you know. Not to say I don't get upset with books, but I don't take it out on them. Number 3, is reading a legitimate excuse to avoid doing what you should be doing? What should I be doing? Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably not making YouTube videos that less than 100 people will watch. And then out of those 100, maybe 20 of them watch the whole thing, if I'm being generous. But that's what I like to do. And to be quite honest, I've had many vices and distractions. I'll come up with more before I die, I'm sure. But reading seems to be the most productive and least harmless of distractions. So yeah, what should I be doing? There's a long list of things, and whether I was reading or not, if I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. I don't blame reading. Number 4, if someone tells you they wish they had as much time to read as you do, is it insulting? No, just misinformed. I don't even really correct people, to be honest. Because obviously everyone has enough time to read. It's not, especially nowadays, like we have a lot of leisure. There's plenty of time where you're just, distracting yourself basically. Or even a lot of people are very productive, but what exactly are they producing? You only live once. You only have one lifetime. Especially now that I started doing my 50 before 50 list, 50 books I want to read before the age of 50. Is that how that works? Or before the age of 51? I'm not sure. Do I get an extra year? I could use it. But yeah, I went through and did like the page counts of everything. It's kind of intense. So, yeah, got a little distracted there. Anyway, yeah, I just tell people, like, if it's like a muscle, it's like a conditioning, just like exercise. Like, you do it enough, and then you're able to do it. And we all have plenty of time. It's just like, how long can you sit there undistracted or just singly focused on the text? And that's the hardest part about reading, not finding time. Finding time is the easy part. It's the easy part. And if somebody tried to correct me on that point, I would just ask them, how much time are you watching the news? That's a big one. How much time are you watching or listening to podcasts? How often are you playing these like endless open world video games? All that kind of stuff is very easy to cut out and replace with reading, among other things. Number 5, moving right along. If there's something you'd rather be doing than read, is it something embarrassing, illegal, or shameful? Yeah, that crow is really annoying, huh? I like crows, but relax, dude. Is it something embarrassing, illegal, or shameful if there's something I want to do rather than read? No, I don't think so. Could try to think of something. Basically, I read as much as I can, which admittedly is not as much as I want to, but like I was saying before, it's more of like a conditioning thing. Like, if I could read more, I would. I'm just kind of at a point where I'm just kind of working on the endurance. I don't want reading to become like a slavish kind of enterprise. I don't want to resent the stuff that I'm reading, and just try to keep it enjoyable. Number 6, do you think reading makes you charming and witty, or paranoid and socially inept? Do you care? I don't care. And no, I don't think it does any of that stuff. I don't think reading actually does much to you. It's just more like, what do you do after you're done reading? So I mean, a lot of times while I'm reading, I am thinking about it. I'll pause and like digest a bit, but for the most part, I just I don't think reading necessarily makes you more empathetic. That's like a pretty common one. I think it can, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't other than make you a better reader, maybe I think it could help you see correlations, but outside of that, I don't know if reading makes me anything. I'm already paranoid and socially inept, so I'm not gonna blame reading for that one. Number 7. Can you guys tell I'm always in a bad mood? 7. When you meet someone new, how soon before you inform them that you like to read books? I don't. I don't. I'd rather they never knew, to be honest, especially if they don't read. Now, if I find out they read, I'm going to ask them about like what they like to read, all that kind of stuff. And then it can be, you know, kind of turn into a conversation that lasts a long time. But for the most part, I'm not eager to kind of share that private part of my life, basically. Not ashamed of it or anything, just there's a lot of other things to talk about, or just not talk at all and just be awkward in silence. I enjoy that. I'm going to tag some people at the end, but just wanted to say, even though I said, oh, can you tell I'm in a bad mood all the time, I actually don't necessarily feel like I'm in a bad mood, but often I'm in, like, just because bad mood implies good mood, and then there's just those two things, and I just think it's more productive to say I'm in a combative mood, or I'm in an unpleasant mood, or a disagreeable mood, and that's probably more common for me than not. So that's my thoughts on the bad mood book tag. I think it's polite to tag people at the end, I'm noticing. So for this one, I know you don't like doing tags, so I'm gonna tag you. And also, you know, the most bad mood reader that I know of, besides myself, sun's right in my dang eyes, Dustin Neely. So Dustin Neely, you're tagged. Do with that as you will. Do it or don't do it. I won't be offended. And I also want to tag the originator of the tag, Robert G, reader of books. I saw that you made this tag. It was fun to do, but you didn't do a response. Maybe you're planning to do it. I don't know, but now you're tagged, so you have to do it. So until next time, find somewhere to hide, find something to read. Peace.